I'm so excited. Jason had a surprise for me. It's here today. I'm gonna share it with you. I've been hanging out in my sewing room all morning, looking out my windows, stalking the delivery guys. So I've been thinking about getting a vintage machine for quite a while now. As a matter of fact, my mom has one in her basement that's a foot treadle, and we dated that one back on the Singer website to about 1913, so almost 100 years old. This one is a Singer Featherweight, and so it's a lot lighter, it's more portable, and according to its serial number, it was dated at December 30th, 1935. Now, according to the eBay listing, it actually works. It's in really good condition. I don't know what it's gonna actually look like on the inside, so we're gonna find out together. Don't worry, these aren't my fabric cutting scissors. There's definitely a lot of packaging going on in here, and it looks like it's wrapped really well. I don't want to drop it. Okay, we might do this. Okay. Ugh. Smells old. More bubble wrap. This guy did a great job packaging. Oh, there she is. Hello. So it looks like there's some bobbins in here, and they even have some thread on them, which is interesting. So it looks like it came with 6 bobbins. Came with a Singer lint brush for sewing machines. So came with this vintage instruction manual for using the Singer, and it does have information in there on everything I need to know about how to use this machine. And let's be honest, I'm probably gonna have to read this because I have no clue. It also has a variety pack of needles in here. 15 by 1, size 14, size 16, and size 16, and then this one is cold drawn sewing machine needles for 60 to 80 weight thread. Westinghouse. Interesting. Ooh, another bobbin. Okay, a variety of feet came with this one. I think that's a buttonholer. Okay. Also, what? This one. Oh, that might be one of those rounded, what are they called? Rolled hem. Not sure. I have an extra screw. This one looks like perhaps a zipper foot. This is a tool for tooling. I have no idea. Okay, not sure. Looks like a zipper foot going the other way perhaps. And then this looks like maybe a larger rolled seam of some sort. I don't know. I'll have to do a little bit of research on this area. Here's a little added bonus. It looks like they put in some green oak mercerized rickrack in red. So definitely looks a little vintagey. There's also this Singer Sewing Machine Co. Needles and Parts Headquarters for Expert Hem Stitching. And this looks like a little, I don't really know. It's an envelope. There's nothing in it, but maybe when you purchase it, they put your receipt in there or something. I'm not sure. There is another rickrack in here. This one is Wright's Rickrack Mercerized Cotton, 10 cents for 3 yards. Man, do I wish that's how much it costs these days. So there's more of this in here. This is Wright's Sewing Binding Woven Edge Rayon for 15 cents for 4 yards. And then there's another one, Boil Fast Mercerized Sewing. And this one is, I'm assuming it was white at some point in time, but definitely not white anymore. Okay, and then lastly, this fell out. I have no idea what this is. Scissor Sharpener. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it says Kenberry Scissors Sharpener, it looks like. Insert scissors from the something side, use as if cutting, bar with slow something something. So maybe you put your scissors in both of these holes and then, you know, pull them out and cut them and sharpen on here. I wonder if that still works. That's really cool. Okay, and then here was the little box that all that stuff came in, and it smells vintage. Is that important? It smells vintage. Okay, so that's everything that came in as far as the accessories that came with the machine, which is actually more than I thought I was getting, so that's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and get to my machine now. We're gonna pull her out, and up here on the lid, I've noticed there is a name. I'm assuming, just based on the tape, that this is potentially the original owner of this machine, so I might do a little bit of research and see if I can find out any information on her. Okay, so let's try and get her out of the box. Well, hello there. Foot pedal. It's actually smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's like a little mini machine. So here's the original foot pedal, and they did say in the listing that the cord is a little bit worn, and it definitely is. There's some cracking right here coming off, so I don't know if it's safe to use. They did say that it worked. Okay, and there's one more thing that I found in there, which I'm pretty sure is empty. It almost sounds like there's something dry jingling around in there, but an original Singer household. Lubricant cleans and polish and prevents rust. So here's my Juki compared to my Singer, just so you can kind of see the difference. The Singer is definitely a lot smaller. As a matter of fact, if it was even just tiny, a little bit tinier, it might actually be able to fit in the throat space of my Juki. So that, I think, is everything that came with this machine. I guess the only thing left to do now is to try it out. So the first thing I did was read through my manual, because this is my first featherweight and I really honestly had no idea how to do anything. So I started off by kind of taking it apart and cleaning everything up. My bobbin had quite a bit of rust on it, and it just really needed to be cleaned up and re-oiled just to make sure it was in good working condition. I also purchased a tune-up kit from the Featherweight shop, and so I was able to take off this bottom plate, replace the felt pad, clean up all of the gears. I also purchased motor and gear lubricant from them, and so I was able to re-lube all of the gears and any of the moving parts as directed. I also re-greased the motor as well. Once that was done, I put the machine back together, and then Jason helped me dig out the old feet that were on it, and so we replaced it with 4 brand new feet. I also used some of his chrome polish to polish up any of the chrome areas on the machine. So this beautiful faceplate right here, the stitch regulator right here on the side, and then of course the hand crank as well. And as you can see, those chrome areas just polished up so nicely. Once that was done, I used some of his car polish to polish up all of the paint on the machine. It was a little bit just dirty, but really honestly, the surface scratches went away with just a little bit of polishing. I feel like it worked really well. And then here is kind of the finished and cleaned up machine. I think it cleaned up really nicely. As you can see, the chrome is lovely and shiny, and I really think that the paint job cleaned up nicely as well. There's a few tape marks that I still need to try and get off that faceplate, and there's a little bit of wear on some of the decals, but otherwise I think this machine cleaned up really nicely. Once that was done, I went ahead and threaded my machine. As you can see, I have my trusty buddy Jax there to help me out. And then it was ready for a trial run. Time to turn on the light. The light bulb actually worked. However, as I was sewing, I looked up and noticed that the light bulb was actually smoking. And so I ended up turning off the machine. When I turned it back on, the light bulb popped. And so that was kind of the end of that one. Thankfully, my tune-up kit from the Featherweight shop included a replacement light bulb. Next, it was time to give it a spin. I was actually really pleased to see that it did work. The stitches on the front came out okay, but as you can see, the stitches on the back are pretty wonky. So I recruited some help, and Jason spent actually a couple of hours fine-tuning the tension on the machine. Just kept running it and trying it and adjusting it and trying it again until he got to a place where we got some really good stitches coming out of it. So after, I think, about 2 hours, he managed to get to where we are now, and I think the stitches look great. And here is the final machine, cleaned up and ready to sew. As you can see, I think she turned out really pretty. I love all the chrome details on her, and I'm really happy that she actually looks like she sews pretty good as well. And I'm really thankful for Jason, who took a couple hours out of his day to help me really just get her all cleaned up and in working condition. Once all that was done, of course, I had to crochet a cute little doily for my spool of thread. And here she is, all ready to go. I am excited to do some tutorials with her in the future, but I am really happy with my purchase. I'm happy that it works and nothing major is wrong with it. It looks like she cleaned up really easily, just took a little bit of elbow grease, and I think we're off to a great start. And I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but I did name this machine Clara after my grandma, who gave me her very first sewing machine. So thanks for watching today's video. I'll keep you posted on the progress of Clara, my brand new vintage singer, and how well she sews. I'll probably be featuring her in a few upcoming videos as well, so stay tuned and follow me on Instagram. You'll see more of her there as well. If you have a vintage machine, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have, and just let me know, is it a piece of decor or are you actually using it? Do you have just one? Is it like, you know, a rabbit hole? Am I going to be having more of these show up, or am I going to just like love this one? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me for today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye. She's out. According to the internet, this machine was commissioned December 30th of 1935. So, I mean, it's almost 100 years old, guys. And it's still working. That gives me hope, because I'm 50. Totally in the middle of filming.
What's it look like? Pull it out.
I'm filming. I'm taking out a bit by bit. I'm savoring the experience. I mean, yeah, there's nothing in there. So it looks like, oh, it's the ideal brush for cleaning harmful litter and lint from your sewing machine.
Why are you reading like that?
Because it just seems like I should.
I'll be quiet, but I have to write.
Well, then shut the door, because I can hear, like, stuff. That's not really being quiet. Let's get these bags out of the way. Okay, so someone's had this in their stash for a long time, because all this stuff feels okay then. But 10 cents for 3 yards, I mean, that's a pretty good price. I'm not entirely sure, but I am going to clean it up because I intend to put her to good use. As you can see, even Jax is super excited.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to do it without him barking. Something about knowing that I'm sewing on a machine that someone sewed with almost 100 years ago it's just really cool, isn't it? Like, there were makers, like kindred spirits, like back in the day, and I just feel somehow like I'm connecting with them on some kind of a level, you know? I just think it's so cool.